Namaste. Welcome to your practice. Today we're going to move to get into the flow. We don't need to think too much for this practice. There's not a lot of technical information. We're not focusing on any specific movement. The invitation to you always, my invitation to you, is to move in a way that feels relevant, interesting, helpful, or just right. So as always, I have ideas about how we might move, but this is a practice for you to find flow in your body. So that might look really different. Let's start with just a moment or two here seated, and you can close your eyes if you like, or you're welcome to keep them open. And with a little bit of a light touch now, allow your awareness to rest on your breath. And see if you can experience that natural rhythm, that natural flow. The breath, how it exchanges itself from inner to outer and outer to inner, without any necessary intervention, without needing to try to make it anything. We just notice the breath. You can continue to stay here and simply experience the sensations, breathing. Or if you want to play a little bit now, you might bring your awareness to some part of your body where it feels like you're a little bit stuck. Maybe where the energy isn't moving as well, or you feel a little stiff or sore. You might feel like your whole body feels that way, but for today, we'll just focus maybe on one part. And imagine that as you breathe, we can invite the natural state of flow, the natural state of fluidity and rhythm that lies within us, to pervade through into that part of our body where we do feel like a little stuck. As though you could uncover or reveal the natural rhythm, the natural organic state of fluidity that lies beneath whatever it is that you're experiencing today. The blood moves through there, your lymph moves through there. And as the body breathes and the blood pumps, we send nutrients there naturally. You could envision that part of your body or feel it. If you want to move it a little bit to help you to bring awareness to it, you could do that. And then if you like, you might bring your awareness to another part of the body. Or maybe there's a part of your life, something you're dealing with, whether it's in your work or in a hobby or an athletic endeavor, in a relationship with another human, something that feels a little stuck there too. And we don't want to get too hung up on like logistics. We don't want to try to problem solve. We're just bringing to mind the situation, this element in our life that feels like it's not flowing as well as we would love it to. And reflect for a moment that all things shift and change, that there is a state of flow in everything that happens in our lives. And you might imagine now as you breathe that we breathe a little bit of movement or life or energy or change or whatever you'd like to imagine into that part of your life. Not to fix it, but just to invite the energy of flow there. Don't get too hung up on details. Let it be a little bit of a big picture, sort of sensing and feeling if you can. And then finally, to close this part of our practice and get into our bodies a little bit more, if you'd like, you might bring the hands to the heart and feel that connection of palm on palm. Feel how the pulse beats even in the fingertips. Your natural state of flow. Take a full breath in and out here. Maybe bowing chin to chest as we acknowledge the power and the potency of this practice. And then eyes open and gaze lifts, and let's start moving a little bit more. Begin here by crossing your left ankle in front of the right knee or any comfortable seated position. Reach the arms up overhead, whatever way feels right for you. And as you exhale, we'll let the arms float out and down. Feel the arms as they reach up. I've turned my palms up for that part, and you can try that too. Breathing out, the arms float down. Feel how the air moves around you or how your arms move through the air. Inviting this movement now into our bodies. Inviting ourselves back into the flow of our lives. Let's do 2 more of these. The next time that the arms come overhead, we'll turn, take a little twist to your right. Right hand behind you, left hand resting on either leg. Breathe in and out a few times here, and just experience for yourself how the breath flows. Even when the body is relatively quiet, when we're not doing a lot of movement, we can still feel that rhythm. And then we come all the way back around through center, stretch the arms up overhead. Drop your left arm out to the left, reach up and over with the right arm. Now, a little bit of movement. Press into the floor, rise up. Take a little twist back to the right. Reach with the arms, stretch tall. Over to the left, arc the right arm up over the ear. One more time, up and into the twist. Back through center, reach the arms and stretch. Over to the left, right arm arcing over the ear. All the way back up, lean back, find a light boat pose. Soles of the feet can stay on the floor at this point. Reach both arms forward, nice and easy. Stretch back with your left arm, stretch forward with your left arm. Stretch back with the right arm, stretch forward with the right arm. If you want to make it more challenging, you might start to lean back a little bit as you go. Or you may feel like it feels good just to be more upright. Feel free to lift the legs if you want to work that way, or to straighten the legs if that makes more sense. We'll do 1 more time to each side, stretching left, twisting both, back through center, stretching right. All the way back to center. Cross your right ankle in front of your left knee, set up for our second side. Arms overhead, lift tall. And this time we're going to slide the hands through heart center. Take the arms out to the sides, lifting wide, and drop them back in through the heart. 3 more. Up and in. Up. Drawing home. Next time the arms lift up overhead, turn to your left. Bring the left fingertips behind you, a little bit of a kickstand. And then the right hand rests wherever it feels natural for you. Drop for a moment into your body's awareness of its breath. Combining these moments of stillness with flow, we can recognize that this element of natural flow is always within us. Let's take a final breath here. And then all the way back around to center and stretch over to your right. The left arm can arc over the ear, or you make a different choice. Now up and twist. Up and side bend. One more time here. Up, twist. Up, final time through the side bend. As you come all the way back up, we'll turn, set yourself up for hands and knees, and a few rounds of cat and cow here, continuing the rhythm that you have begun to find for yourself. As always, if cat and cow isn't feeling like the right place for you today, then you're welcome to explore any other movement that feels right. Let's do 1 or 2 more cycles of breath where you are. And then downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lift up onto the tiptoes. Bend the knees, let the heels drop back toward the floor, straight legs. Tiptoes, a little bend in the knees. Heels drive back as the legs start to straighten. One more time, tiptoes, knees bend. Hips up and back, heels down, legs go straighter. And then we'll walk right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot until you can't go any further. Let your spine hang for a moment here, taking the feet a little bit wider if that feels good, and maybe a little sway or lean side to side. And then begin to sway up to stand or find your way up to your standing position. And as you arrive at the top, we can roll the shoulders up and back and down. Stand at the front of the mat for a moment and experience yourself breathing here in the flow, in your body. Movement now, arms overhead. Bow forward. Fingers to the shins, lift your chest. Right foot back and pause. Fingertips can be on blocks or the floor. Left knee bends, heart moves forward. Left leg straightens, hips go back. Move with your breath, and you determine how quickly you breathe. You determine whether the inhale bends the knee or the exhale does it. And as you experience yourself moving here, remember, as always, there's no right or wrong way to move. The next time you find yourself with your left leg straight, drop your right heel back behind you. Keep the left hand on your leg or a block or the floor. Lift your right arm up into the air, and we're in triangle pose. In triangle pose, a little movement here, lean back with the right arm. And then drop the right hand down toward the left leg. Sweep it up, stretching tall, elongating the distance between the 2 arms, and then float back down. Let's do 3 more of those. Maybe an inhale to lift up, and an exhale to drop down. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to drop down. One more time, inhaling up, if that's what's feeling right. As you exhale, lower your right hand down to the floor or a block, You may need to lift your back heel. Now the left arm stretches up. Revolve triangle. You can bend the back knee if you want. You can put it down on the floor if you want. Lower your left hands. Stretch tall, lift up. Float down, feel the descent. 3 more of these. Lifting left arm. Dropping left arm. Maybe the inhale lifts and the exhale lowers. Notice how each reach is a little bit different. The next time the left arm lifts up, float the left hand back down to the floor, maybe to a block. Step your way back, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, let's inhale, move forward to plank. Take your time to lower all the way to the floor. Pulsing cobra, lift the chest. Lower down. 4 more, lifting up. Lowering down, let it be fluid. It's not a push-up, unless that's what you need. It's an opportunity to move. So maybe the lift is small. Maybe it's bigger. 1 more time, lifting up. Pressing back toward child's pose. And then from child's pose, hinge forward, hands and knees, tuck the toes, hips go back, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, float your right leg up into the air. Step your right foot forward. Drop the back heel, turn the chest to your left. Open briefly into triangle again. And then left hand down, step forward. Heart lifts, Ardha Uttanasana, fold forward. All the way to stand, lift through the arms. Hands to your heart center. Just the arms, lift up. Lower down. 2 more, arms lift. Hands through the heart. 1 more time. Hands through the heart. Now we move arms overhead. Bow forward from here. Look forward. Left foot back. Bend and straighten front leg. Make a choice about where the hands will be, about how far the leg wants to bend, and we're giving it just enough time that we can really start to feel it, the natural rhythm that wants to establish itself. I'm not going to cue that for you today, I'm going to let you find it. The next time that you find yourself with your right leg straight, let your back heel drop. Right hand stays down, whether it's on the block or the leg or the floor, and the left arm stretches into triangle pose. So you decide what that's going to be with the bottom hand, and then we'll move. Float your top arm down, stretch the top arm up. 4 more times, down and up. 3, 2, last one. Left arm down, you may need to lift your back heel, or you may need to widen your stance, revolved triangle, right arm up. Now, it may feel a little stiff or unsteady, that's okay. We still can find movement. Arm up, arm down. So you may need to make an adjustment. You may need to take a few repetitions to find the rhythm that wants to establish itself. Last 2. Final 1. Right arm down. Both hands to the floor or blocks. Step back, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, 1 more time, forward to plank. Lower the knees this time, bend the elbows through chaturanga, come all the way slowly to the floor. And then stretch the arms back toward the feet. Lift the legs, lift the arms, locust, and set it down. Now this rhythm will be a little bit different. There's more effort. Lift up, lower down. 3 more. Last 2. Last one. Hands by the shoulders, press back through child's pose. Hinge the hands and knees, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, lift your left leg, step your left foot forward. Turn and ground your back heel, open up briefly into your triangle again on the right side. And then right hand down, step forward again. Lift the chest, fold forward, all the way up, hands through the heart. Let's build on that. First, a little work with the arms. Arms up, hands through the heart. We'll do 2 more of these. Arms lift up, hands through the heart. Last one, lift the arms, hands through the heart. The next time we bow forward, stretch all the way up, bow forward. Lift your chest, look forward. Right foot back, triangle, stretch up with the right arm. Take any time you need to make that feel right for you. And now it changes, right arm down, left arm up. Left arm down, right arm up. Now your hand could slide up and down the leg as needed. I'm using blocks. Find what works for you. We'll do a few more of these. The next time that your left arm reaches up, let's pause here. Left hand down to the floor. Bring your back foot in, step the left foot a little bit wide, bow forward over the left leg. And then bend your left knee, rise up, warrior 1. At the top, straighten the left leg. See if the body wants to lean back a little. Bend the front knee through warrior 1, hands come down, leg straightens. If you want to reach the arms back behind you, you can. And then again, bend your left knee, sweep up, straighten the left leg. Maybe there's a little lean back if it feels supported. Keep going, bend through the knee. Make a choice about where the arms are going to go. Bend through the knee, come all the way up. We'll do 1 more like this. And then hands all the way back down to blocks or the floor. Step back. 3-legged dog, left leg up and back. Bend into your left knee, look under the left shoulder, push the hands into the floor. And then, optional as always, knee to nose from here. Left knee to nose. Doesn't need to touch, it's just moving into that neighborhood. Up and back, turn and open the hip. We'll just do that 2 more times. Knee forward. Knee back, open the hip, last one like this, left knee forward, left knee up and back, left leg down to meet the right, fall forward into your plank and then lower your vinyasa, chaturanga, up dog, down dog, locust, cobra, whatever feels right for you. Draw yourself back, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, the right leg lifts up. Your right foot steps forward. Turn and ground your back heel. Open up into triangle again here. And then fingertips back to the floor or blocks. Step left foot to meet the right. Bow forward. All the way up. Reach the arms. Hands to the heart. Arms up. Bow forward, right into the second side this time. Chest lifts. Left foot back. Triangle here. Left hand down. Right arm up. Right arm down. Follow your breath. Feel the body moving. Now you may need to change what you think of as your usual stance or your usual alignment for these poses. Remember, this is not so much about trying to make ourselves into any particular shape. It's about trying to find our state of flow, our natural fluidity. Next time that your right arm lifts up, that's the last. Float the right arm down. Bend into your right knee. Rise up through warrior one. Straighten your right leg at the top. Bend your right knee. Hands come down or sweep back as the right leg straightens. Bend and rise. Bend and lower. So we're passing through a bent right knee into a straight one on the way up and on the way down. And you're welcome to add any additional movement that feels right for you, making it look different from what I'm doing, which would make perfect sense. The next time that you come all the way up, we'll pause, lower. Hands come back down to the floor or blocks. Sweep your right leg up and back behind you. Bend into your right knee. You can look under the right shoulder. 3 times, knee toward the nose. 1, and back. 2, and back. Last one, 3, and back. Lower your right foot down to meet the left, and then drop your knees to the floor. Right foot to the right, left foot steps back. Open up into your side plank with right knee down. And then let's circle the top arm. We'll do 3 circles, one direction. 1, 2, 3, and other way. 3, 2, 1. Left hand down, left knee down, right leg back, right arm up. 3 circles. 1, 2, 3. Go the other way, please. 3, 2, and 1. Right hand down, right knee down. Downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up into the air. Step your left foot forward. One more time for now. Triangle pose. Stretch the right arm toward the sky. Right hand down. Step to the front of the mat. Step the feet a little wider. Drop into your comfortable squat position. That could be higher or it could be lower. It doesn't matter for me. See what makes sense in your body. Take 3 breaths here. Last breath in and out. And then begin to bring the hands toward the floor. Lift the hips, let them come high, and then either roll or hinge your way up to stand, whatever you feel is right for you. At the very top, open the chest wide, reach the arms back, let the hips come a little forward, and then arms by the sides. Toe heel your feet to a comfortable position. Arms lift. Hands through the heart and pause. Right foot to left leg, tree pose. You are welcome, as always, to hold on to a wall or to keep your toes on the floor. If you want to experience a little rhythm, a little movement here, arms go wide and up. Hands slide through the center of the heart. 2 more breaths. If you're working with me, the arms go wide and up. Hands through the center of the heart. 1 more time, arms stretch up. Hands through heart center. Right foot down to the floor. Left foot comes to the right leg. Pausing, settling, noticing, finding your state of flow, even as we balance in stillness. And then maybe here reversing, hands come together and up and out and down. Together and up and out and down. One more time. Hands at the heart, left foot down to the floor. Moving on, arms reach. Bow forward. Right leg back. Warrior two. Now, triangle or half moon. So either the triangle that we've been exploring so much already today, or into our half moon pose. When you get into your shape, now we'll pause, breathe, and feel. Finding the rhythm of your breath, establishing itself here. One more breath. And then back into warrior two. Now in warrior two, take a moment to recalibrate. Notice if the pulse has gone up, if you are balancing on one leg. And we have an option now. Coming back into half moon or triangle pose. Staying here where you are, or bend the front knee and straighten the front knee. 4 more times. Bend and straighten. 3, 2, imposing a rhythm on the body. Last one, legs straight. Foot to the floor, back to warrior two. Drop your right arm down the back leg, stretch the left arm up. Left elbow to the left knee or hand to the floor or a block for side angle pose. 2 more times, find dancing warrior. Right arm down, left arm up and back. Left elbow or hand down, right arm up and over. 1 more time. And then both hands windmill down to the floor. Left leg up and back, 3-legged dog. Pause here. And then float yourself into plank pose. Left toes hovering off the floor. And then up and back, 3-legged dog. 4 more times forward to 3-legged plank. Let the toes tap. And back. 3. And back. 2. And back. Last one. 3-legged dog, left foot down, vinyasa if you like, or feel free to rest. Remember that there is flow even in stillness. That sometimes the flow is best found in stillness, in the pulse of our blood that we feel or sense. From downward facing dog, right leg up and back. Right foot forward, warrior two, and then 1 more time, either triangle or half moon. And left foot forward and down and bow from here. All the way up, stand, stretch the arms. Hands come through the center of the heart. Arms lift. Bow forward. Left foot back. Warrior two. Your choice, triangle or half moon. And we'll stay for a few breaths here, just experiencing the pose as it is. If you're taking the balance shape, notice the wobbly quality, if there is one. Notice what it feels like to have only one point of contact with the foot and the hand. back into warrior two. Pause, experience yourself here, and make a choice. Will we go for a triangle, or do we want to do our half moon again? Wherever you are, find your way there, and then 5 times front knee bends, front knee straightens. If it's not right for you, of course you're not doing it. Front knee bends, front knee straightens. 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. And then back into warrior 2. Exalted warrior. Side angle. Exalted warrior. And side angle. 1 more like that. Up and back. Both hands down. Right leg back. 3-legged dog. Now 5 times tapping into plank and back. Forward and back. 2 and back. 3 and back. Last 2. Forward, all the way down to the floor. You're welcome here to repeat any of the prone back bends we've already done. Cobra, locust, up dog. If it makes sense in your body today to reach back, find the feet, and lift up into Dhanurasana, we'll take 5 breaths. Whatever back bend you're choosing, see if you can feel the muscles, feel the breath, feel yourself as you are. Last inhale here, set it down, hands down, press back. Child's pose first if you like, and then your downward facing dog. Left leg up, left foot forward, warrior 2, triangle or half moon, last one, right foot down to meet the left, and fold. Bend your knees, come into chair pose, straighten the legs, reach through the arms, hands settle by the sides. Either repeating triangle pose or little bend in the knees, cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Sorry, not triangle, tree. You've done plenty of triangle. So finding tree pose, right foot to left leg, or cross your right ankle over the left thigh and sit down into it. Breathe. And once again, establish the rhythm of your breath. If you're taking this version of balancing pigeon, you could have hands at the heart. Fingertips could come down to blocks or the floor. 2 more breaths. And then make your way back to a 2-foot on the floor Tadasana position. Before we take the second side, establish yourself again here. Notice any activation in the body. In your own time, tree pose on the second side, or little bend in the right knee, cross your left ankle over your right thigh. If you're going forward from here, the hips sit back. Palms could be at the heart, or fingertips down to blocks or floor. Stay for a few breaths. All the way back to your standing mountain pose. Left foot, right foot, both foots. Feel yourself as you are. Float your arms overhead. Bow forward. Back into the flow. Fingers to shins. Last standing pose is coming up. Hands down, move back, down dog, or your vinyasa if that's feeling good to you today. From your downward facing dog, right leg up and back, right foot forward, high lunge, rise up. Stretching now into the front of the body. Experience yourself here. Interlace your hands behind the back of the head. Let the elbows drape to the sides. And then, no big deal, bend into your left knee. Straighten both legs. 4 more times, bend. Straighten. 3. Last 2. Last 1. Back into your crescent shape. Stretch the arms overhead. Maybe the gaze comes up. And hands down to the floor. Right leg up and back. 3-legged dog. Now, your choice. Either roll to the outer edge of the left foot and come into side plank, maybe with the right leg still floating, or take a moment, lower the knees, and left knee to the floor, side plank that way. If you're taking the side plank with the right leg in the air, think about making a starfish out of your body, reaching out through all the limbs, and then right hand down. Downward facing dog. Plank, lower, lift, down dog. Last standing poses, left leg up, left foot forward. Use your legs to support you as you come into this lunge. And then this time we'll reach the hands back behind you. Either reach actively or interlace the hands, or you can clasp opposite elbows. See what feels right for you. And then don't make a big deal out of it. I know it's not necessarily easy, but see if you can find the flow, even if it's wobbly. Bend into the right knee, straighten both legs. 4 more. 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. Good. Both knees wherever you like them for crescent lunge, so a little bit bent, or if you like that back leg straight, enjoy it. Float the arms up. One last time here. Maybe finding a little more active extension using the muscles on either side of the spine to pull you into your reasonably comfortable back bend. Then, hands down, left leg up and back, 3-legged dog. Make a choice. Do you want to roll to the outer edge of the right foot and stack the left foot on top of the right? Do you want to keep the foot in the air? Challenge the balance in a different way as the left arm comes up? Or do you want to bring your right knee to the floor and use that as additional support? When you feel done, left hand down, left foot down. Sometimes your body tells you you're done. One last time, plank and lower, or your vinyasa, your back bend, your child's pose, or downward facing dog, or take a seat for a few breaths. The breath starting to recover its natural rhythm after the effort you just expended. And then make your way to lie on your back. Not done working yet.
But for a moment as you come down, it might feel interesting to check in with the breath and to notice what there is to notice. Set yourself up for a bridge pose. This will be an active bridge unless you want it to be different. Begin with the arms reaching toward your feet. Lift the hips into the air as you reach the arms into the air, and then keep going with the arms. Reach them up overhead, maybe to the floor behind you. Hips lower down, arms lower down as well. Just do 4 more. Lift up, lower down. 3, and down. 2, one last time, and all the way down. Pause, feel and breathe. If you'd like a little movement here, stepping the feet wider, drop the knees to the right and to the left. And feel how the hips and the spine work together to create this rhythm. Now, the next time that we come up into bridge pose, it'll be your choice. You could hold a static bridge. In other words, you're not moving, you're just holding it. You could continue to sweep the arms and the hips. If you want to place a block under the hips, you can do that. Or if you'd like to experience Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward facing body feels relatively warm and ready for that, you're more than welcome to do that. Set your hands where you want them. And then take your time, lift into your back bends. Holding here for a few breaths. Two more breaths wherever you are. And then all the way down. We tend to think of ourselves in sometimes in a really mechanistic kind of way, like we're computers. We process information, we do our tasks. And the truth is that we're much more organic and fluid than that. We have natural rhythms in our body, natural rhythms in our life. And sometimes we can tap into that state of flow and let go of the critical and analytical parts of ourselves, which are so valuable. But we want to balance them out a little bit too, don't we? If you'd like to stay on your back here and cross the right ankle over the left thigh for reclined pigeon, you're welcome to do that. Or roll over to your side and make your way into a face forward, face down pigeon, right knee forward first. And then just a few breaths here to start to settle in, making the shape yours. Let your breath fill out the shape. You're fleshing it out with your awareness. The leg that's being stretched more. The leg that's not experiencing as much sensation. Your 2 feet. And the toes of each foot. Feel the breath in your torso. Feel an awareness of your trunk, chest, back, and hips. Feel your right arm and your left arm and how they're both doing something different. And notice that the breath continued even while your awareness was not directly focused on it. Moving to the second side when you feel ready. If you're face down, you might plant the hands into the floor and step back through down dog, taking any movement your body needs or wants. If you're on your back, you can make a choice about anything in between sides. And then it's left knee forward or left ankle crossed over the right thigh. Of course, we're comprised of many different layers of rhythms, and one of the rhythms that we don't always recognize is how when we first move into a situation or a stretch or a movement that's a little difficult, there's a clenching, the experience of feeling challenged, and then that rhythm softens into a little bit more ease as we stay. Or the rhythm may drive us right out of the situation. It may feel overwhelming. See if you can observe that pattern in your body. That's a state of flow as well. Last few breaths. And then either step back to your down dog or make a choice about where you'd like to be for a moment or two before we move on together. Finally, let's make our way to a seated position with the two legs stretched in front. Bend both knees, soles of your feet come together, and we're in Baddha Konasana, bound angle or butterfly pose. Your feet could be in more toward your hips or further out. It doesn't matter what it looks like. And then just for a moment here, a little twist, and it might just be kind of a casual twist, or you might take hand behind you. Do your other side. And then bow forward or stay upright and experience yourself there. Last pose before Shavasana. Stay longer if you like. And then your choice. How do you want to rest today? Would you like seated meditation? Or do you want to lie down for Shavasana? Arrange your body in a way that facilitates a sense of support and that invites any ease that you're able to find. Even as we drop into this last meditative part of our practice, even as the body ceases its movement, see if you can sense how your body is continuing to move. It's moving through time. It's moving as part of the greater story of your life that's unfolding around you. Within your body, the systems of your body continue to move and flow. Cardiopulmonary system, the blood and the breath. Organs of reproduction and digestion continue to move through their natural cycles. And within all of that, perhaps now you can experience a feeling of being at the center of that flow. A feeling of being at rest within it. And you can ask yourself if you feel any sense of being able to trust in that. And it's okay if you don't. We're just looking and seeing, what's my experience like with that? Rest here for another few moments. One more breath where you are. And then you can begin to make your way back toward your seat. Maybe gather one knee at a time in toward you, or rock a little bit.
And then we'll close our practice together as we began from this position. If you like, you can reflect on the meditation we did at the beginning of our practice. Where did your body feel a little bit stuck? Has that shifted or changed at all? Is there any more fluidity that you can sense there? Is the energy flowing? If you have a life situation that you were considering, you can just bring your awareness to that and see whether or not your relationship to it may have changed at all, whether it feels different now. And then if you like, if you did find for yourself a sense of being able to step into the flow, is there somebody for whom you might wish this same sense of ease or fluidity or acceptance, being part of something bigger, being part of something natural? Is there somebody that you would wish that for? Can you bring them to mind? And send them this experience, this wish, this aspiration that they could have that feeling as well for themselves. And finally, maybe we bow the chin to the chest, acknowledge the work that you did today, body, mind, spirit. Really well done. Thank you so much for being willing to play and practice and explore on your mat today with me. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Be well.